listen, never in my life associated the word boring with baseball.
We know what's up.
Me? Yeah. Famous? Yeah.
And I'm like giddy over there smiling like, we're about to win this shit.
Did everyone give you crap? Give me a good host story.
I'm not picking it up.
We both love the game.
We talk about it every day.
Getting on baseball.
Having some popcorn, you're fooling around your phone.
I'd have to wait in line for 3 hours.
Hang on, because it's about to be a wild ride.
All right, guess what? There's no human being on the planet I'd rather be talking to right now than Joe Ryan. All he gets is smiles.
Oh, Lord.
It's true, though, man. Like, honestly.
Good morning.
I know, this is like spring training. I was talking to Anthony Banda. Like, that poor guy hasn't, dealt with East Coast time and,
I was feeling for him. I'm like, oh, he's going to be cooked right now.
It's unbelievable.
It's tough let in and whatever, but he's doing well.
It is weird. People don't understand spring training, how counterintuitive it is. I don't know what time you wake up normally.
Yeah. It's kind of not, to be honest, I've been enjoying it. We had a baby this offseason, so
yeah,
the sleep I would say wasn't as consistent, but Claire took care of everything, so it was amazing. And yeah, I wasn't dying too bad on sleep, but it's been it's the first couple days are an adjustment, but at the same time I think there's enough adrenaline there that you're just like, all right, we're doing this, get up, go. And yeah, it's less snoozing. I'm not hitting the snooze ever. I just wake up.
You just wake up.
I just weird thing too, where I don't know what it is. I don't have a clock in my room, but I'll wake up 10 minutes before my alarm's supposed to go off. Doesn't matter.
That's really good though.
Yeah,
the internal clock is the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's been happening lately. So it's feels good. Sleep, it doesn't bother me.
Well, now that you have to speaking of adjusting, you have the WBC stuff, right? It's weird. It's not weird. It's congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Awesome. But I haven't gone seen different iterations of WBC. To be honest with you, I was sort of the players aren't ready. I saw players, not being ready. I think players are getting ready more. They have a better handle of it. You now have you probably talk to guys of what to do and everything else like that. So if you can just take me through about that process and I remember talking to David Robertson about this after the last one. He said the guys have a much, much better grasp of this. And it partly is probably just talking to guys. So just take me through, if you can, what you did.
Yeah, so there's just kind of just different schools of thought with off-season throwing and getting ready for a regular season regardless of the WBC, and just whether or not to put the ball down for a month or to put the ball down for 10 days at the end of the season. So that's kind of been this theme that I've been thinking about experimenting with. And then in 24 I got hurt, so I was down and didn't really get to start my throwing a little bit earlier. So this year I was able to do that and kind of just get into a normal off season and start everything a little bit earlier, which I've really enjoyed. I feel like I've been more prepared coming into camp for the earlier lives. I'm doing a couple more ups, but regardless of that, I just feel better on the mound, and pitchers feel like they're in a really good spot, and I can just make some adjustments a little bit easier now. So overall, I feel like I'm more prepared for the season, which I'm grateful for. I get to go represent the country and play for Team USA, which is always an honor and always something that I'm gonna take the opportunity to do if I get that. So yeah, I think there's a lot of positives to this preparation, and yeah, D-Rob was it was fun to watch him, and then we were roommates in the Olympics as well.
Oh, you were?
Yeah. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was
really?
It's the best. It was fun. I got to see him in Philly for our last series last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think he's right. Guys know how to prepare a little bit better, I think.
Did you talk to guys? You talked to him, but
just teammates in the past that were doing it as well, and talking to Buck and Griffin Jacks and stuff, and just seeing where they're at. And I mean, Griffin's a different beast with his preparation. So
really?
He's an animal. So he's doing good, and he was sending me his videos from his lives last night, and it's
really
ridiculous. But yeah,
lives are bizarre to me. This is the evolution of live BP. I was not planning to talk about this, but I was watching a live BP yesterday, Garrett Crochet, and everyone's hacking. I'm I remember when guys just were tracking balls, man.
Yeah.
Now they come out I'm making the team against this
Dude,
guy.
my first live the other day, I was like, we got off the plane the day before, and I'm like, all right, and like first pitch hack. I'm like, all right, we're back to this. So let's do it.
So one of the things when you're talking, I'm thinking about a lot of times because no one evolves like you. I love like talking, pitching with you, and in spring training, a lot of times that's part of the evolution. You want to work on something in the off season, and you want to carry it over here. With the WBC, I don't know if that's possible. In other words, if it was normal, you'd be like, okay, I'm going to ease into this, and by the end of March, I'm going to have 3 weeks to work on this. Whereas you want to get out, right? So is that different at all, or am I making too much of that?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it like that. I think it's still just working on things. I feel like in season I'm doing the same thing. Like I'm analyzing each time I'm on the mound and figuring out what can I get better at and what can I keep doing that I'm doing well. And just areas that can improve. I think you're always trying to work on. So regardless if it's spring or if it's a WBC series or if it's the season, like I'm always going to be trying to figure out how to get better. So it's just but you have to be honest with where you're at that time, and so I feel like I'm in a good spot right now, so I can just keep
it'll be good. Like one of your teammates going to teach you like a one-finger shit kick or something
exactly
like that.
I know. I'm excited to talk to them and hear what they have to say and what they're doing and pick up maybe a couple things. And obviously it's an insane rotation to be a part of and a lot of guys to learn from, so I'm excited for that, just to be around such a talented group and pick their brains too.
Is there anything that you did like evolve, like anything that you did sort of add or change? Or I know that's like a beginning of spring training cliche question, but
I didn't know. I would say no. I think just honing in on what was good from my pitches last year, which ones needed a little bit of work, and found out some good cues on those to just keep them consistent. And then I'm going to add in one thing in there that is just kind of like in the back pocket at some point if I need to, but we don't need to talk about it.
It's the 35-inch sweeper.
I don't know. God. Something was happening the other day. The balls were weird. Everything was moving like crazy.
Well, this is what spring training's for, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to catch the right Gulf Stream. But that's again, like when we talked about that last year about your 30-inch, like that pitch, more people came up, I saw that. And I know that that's just one pitch. Congratulations on that pitch.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So how weird was, you go through last year, the deadline, you go through this offseason, and, every front office treats that sort of thing differently in terms of communication with players. What was it like for you?
We had the baby, and I was excited for the WBC, and I think the buzz around that was whatever it was. It's the off season. I thought it was probably good for baseball to just have a lot of media stuff going on. Maybe like I don't usually pay attention to that stuff, and so it was just like I would see some things here and there, but like I was like worried about it at all. And I think the front office did a good job handling that, and I didn't really. It wasn't a problem or anything, and I didn't really.
I think you handle it pretty well.
I don't know. It's kind of fun. It's like you're just listening to things, and that's about it.
Well, I was going to say at the All-Star game, the I don't know if it was planned. The pitcher walking side by side with Crochet and Bregman.
Definitely not.
It was
planned.
definitely not.
No, definitely not planned. But that was funny.
But again, you handled it well. Like this is part of the evolution, and the most important thing is having the family evolving. And you have a good home here. Like it's like
it's great. No, they've been great, and Tom's doing a really good job. He's in camp now, and I think he's going to be here for a while down in spring. So, it's great to see everyone again. And I mean, we have a great staff and a great group here. And I wasn't like seeking a trade by any means. I don't want to get traded in that way. So it's like, I think you're just kind of listening to the noise, and I think the fun or whatever I want to say about that is more just like you don't really have control over that situation. So it just, you have to be open to like, hey, anything can happen, but at the same time, like I'm going to stay where my feet are at and enjoy my time in Minnesota and try to win as many games as we can and be the last team on the field.
You mentioned like Tom being here and like there is probably that element of through the chaos of trading a crap load of guys at the deadline, the chaos of another offseason. But then you land here and you're like, okay. And I know that, Derek has to do his thing, but like you land here and you just say, all right, this is the team we have. This is the commitment they're making. I can see the good in this team. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I think whatever was said about like what happens at the deadline and stuff. I mean, the reality is like if you're gonna trade a lot of guys, like I think they did it the right way. It's a lot of guys that were on expiring contracts and they got a good return. And like I think the players we have here are really good. And like we're watching Taj the other day, and yeah, Griffin is one of my best friends in the game, and being out here, it's like, all right, I'm watching Taj do his thing, and he's getting more swing and miss than Griffin got all season last year in one live.
You want me to cut that? You want me to like send that to
No, Taj looks great. Like I got to play with Taj when I was at the Rays. We got drafted together, so it's great to see him over here. Like I hope Griffin has the best success. So like it's how it is. And like Mick looks great. All these guys look great coming in. So yeah, there's a give and take. Like we got a lot of good players in return, and I think the organization's in a really good spot. So I don't think it's just like necessarily needs to be this horrible thing. Like there's a reason that it happened, and if we had played better, maybe it wouldn't have happened. But at the same time, like there's a lot of guys on 1-year deals too that gets brought up as like we got rid of this whole team. It's like no, it's
business, man.
It's business, and we're here to win now. I mean, we have a really good team, and guys look good. I think we played really good baseball at times in the second half, and had a lot of games that, if there's maybe a couple things were different, we could have maybe kept winning a lot more. But no, I think we're in a really good spot.
I told you I sat right here in the bench with Derek Falvey last year, the last day of spring training, one of the last days, and I said Joe Ryan's going to be in the Cy Young conversation. I'm wrong about a lot of things, but I felt pretty good about it as the season went on. And the reason I bring this up is not only because to make me look good, but also just because this was through it all, this was a big step for you. Like I was an educated guess, but you could see it coming, I think. And so you look at last year, this step forward, because you're going and you're grinding and you're evolving and everything else. And I know you still are, but the satisfaction of taking that step, that must have been cool.
Yeah, it was a good season. I mean, it was fun to just kind of learn some things. I think the confidence kind of is always going to go up when you're having good results too. But I think the pitches like just helped a lot. Having the sinker in there, having the
is that the big? I was going to ask, like, if you had to say like a big thing,
yeah. I just think like the flexibility there. Like there was games where we had a rain weird. I was pitching in I think it was the fourth inning or something against Cleveland, and it was a makeup game, and I came in and started that game, and then I didn't have like anything working, so it was just like sinker curveball, which at the beginning of the year people would probably been like, this is not going to be thrown at all. So it was just good to have that flexibility and versatility to be able to switch out and throw whatever pitch I want at whatever time, and having conviction in that. I think when you have that many tools, it allows you to just reach in your toolbox whenever you see fit. So I felt really good about that, and I feel really good about where I'm at right now.
Your name came up a lot in a weird way every time I mentioned the Trajekt machine. I don't know if you've heard this. Have you heard this?
No, I don't know. Maybe.
Congratulations.
Okay.
I'm fascinated by the Trajekt machine.
Me too.
Right? And I'll get your take on it in a second, because there's the Trajekt machine has like 5 things which I could talk about. But the thing that kept coming up with you is that I asked hitters, like, okay, the value of the Trajekt machine. And they said they identified you as really needing to dig down on the Trajekt machine because you're so unique in that way. And which is, I think, a huge compliment.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever watched yourself.
We were down here when we first got it, and Sonny was the hitters were facing Sonny, and I didn't realize the difference. And then they're like, "All right, we're gonna put you in," and they put me in, and watching the setup wherever the pitch comes out of, just shift down and over. I was like, that's really the difference. Like, it was just kind of wild to just watching it move to set up for my arm slot was crazy.
Really?
So, yeah, that was definitely wild.
But I think it's because it's unique. This is what worked for you is a unique thing, which they have to dig down on. Another guy, for instance, Trajekt Savage, and I know he just came up.
He's sick.
Well, because the Trajekt machine can't come up that high.
No way.
Yeah, right? So, I mean, I'd like, and here's another why I'm rolling on the Trajekt machine. How about this? That Trajekt machines are only in home clubhouses, right?
Yeah.
And hitters can use them during the game.
Yeah.
Yet visitors obviously don't have the Trajekt machine, which is a huge disadvantage for visiting team. Which, like baseball, hey baseball.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
I mean, I know that it's hard to ship.
Trajekt would probably want them in both clubhouses too. So
I mean, $800,000, right? Yeah.
How much?
Yeah. Well, actually, Derek had told me, he said they actually ran out of them the first run of them because they couldn't make them fast enough.
That's crazy.
So,
good for them.
Yeah, good for them. So I didn't mean
just got to keep adding pitches so they can't code them in quick enough.
Well, here's the last thing on this. Rich Hill came on, and now I don't know. He's like, players should get the licensing fee for the image and likeness, right?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
All right, well, put it on the list.
Why not?
Put it on the list.
I'll take that. Good job, Rich. I like that.
All right. Well, hey, listen, you've been always generous with your time, and I will once again predict you to be a Cy Young.
Thank you, Rob.
Thanks,
Appreciate
man.
it.